Hello friends, HRA House Rent Allowance is the most discussed topics amongst the salaried employees. So who can claim the HRA? Who cannot claim the HRA? What is the amount of claiming the HRA amount? And what are the few scenarios in which the confusions arise is what I'm going to tell you in this video. Welcome to Aarti's Tax Info. So who can claim the HRA? Employees can claim the HRA. Those who are working in a company, you are an employee, they can claim the HRA. And the employer should give you the HRA as a part of your salary component. Then thirdly, you should be living in a rented accommodation and you should be paying a rent. Then you can claim the HRA. What is the amount of HRA I can claim? So income tax provision has given you a formula, like you have to claim least of the three. Whichever is the least amongst the three can be claimed as a HRA. First is actual HRA, whatever you are receiving from your employer. Second, rent paid, whatever is the actual rent you are paying, rent paid minus 10% of your basic salary. Thirdly, 50% if you are living in a metro city, 50% of the basic salary, and if you are living in a non-metro city, 40% of your basic salary. Here I am mentioning basic salary. Basic salary means your salary basic plus DA, dearness allowance, comes as a component of basic salary. So least of the three can be claimed as a HRA. This is the amount of HRA that can be claimed. Who are not eligible to claim the HRA? I am a self-employed, then I cannot claim the HRA. I am owning the house in the same city where I am employed, then I cannot claim the HRA. So these are the basic things where you cannot claim the HRA, and if you are not receiving the HRA as a salary component, obviously you cannot claim the HRA. What are the things you should maintain to claim HRA? When you are paying the rent for more than 1 lakh, then obviously you have to quote the PAN of the owner. So you should be ready with the PAN of the owner. Next, you should have the rental receipts. Whatever you are paying as a rent, the rental receipts you should hold. Then you should have a rental agreement between the owner and the payer of the rent. So suppose, say your parents are owning the house and you are living in the same house. You can claim HRA, but if you have a valid documents, as I told, rental agreement between your parent and yourself, you are having a rental receipt, and you are showing the amount, whatever amount you are paying as a rent through bank account, to your parents account, then you can claim the HRA. So all the documents should be in proper to claim the HRA. So there are few scenarios wherein the doubt arises whether I can claim HRA or not. Suppose, say I am owning a house. I am owning a house in the same city where I am receiving the HRA as well. Suppose I am employed in Chennai. Also, I am owning a own house in Chennai. But due to some difficulties, I am not able to live in my own house and I am taking a rental accommodation nearby my company and I am paying a rent. In that case, whether I can claim HRA or not is the question. As per the provision, you cannot claim HRA if you are owning the same house, if you are owning a house in the same city. But if you can give a valid or genuine reason stating that you cannot live in your own house due to travel or any other issue, I have taken a rented accommodation nearby my company and I am paying the rent, then you can claim the HRA even if you own a own house in the same city. But when you're owning the house in a different city and if you are paying the rent in another city, for example, when I'm employed in Bangalore and I'm owning a house in Chennai, then automatically you can claim HRA. But only when you are having a own house and you're claiming HRA in the same city, you should prove with a valid and genuine reason. Second scenario is, I am having a own house and I have availed a housing loan on it, and I am paying the rent as well, living in a rented accommodation. Whether I can claim my HRA also the interest whatever I am paying on the housing loan is the second question. So here, as I told you, if you are paying the rent in a different city and I'm owning the house in a different city wherein I'm not employed, then obviously you can claim the interest paid as well as the HRA. But when I'm paying the interest on the housing loan and I'm living in the same house where I'm employed, also I'm living in the same house wherein I'm paying the interest on the housing loan, then I cannot claim the HRA. Only the interest paid on the housing loan, also the principal paid on the housing loan can be claimed as a deduction. Suppose I am not a salaried employee and I am a self-employed person, then I cannot claim this HRA. Then how can I claim the rent paid? Is whatever rent have paid, you can claim under section 80GG. So the provision of income tax also gives you this 80GG to claim only least of the three. Least of the three is 5,000 per month, that is 60,000 per annum, or 25% of the adjusted total income, or rent paid minus 10% of the adjusted total income. So least of the three can be claimed as a rent paid under section 80GG. So this is the section 80GG when you cannot claim the HRA. So I think you're clear. If you're paying the rent, you can claim either under HRA or you can claim under section 80GG. So if you have any questions, you can post on my comment section. Thank you.